Hey everybody, Taylor Harmon with Jet Lending here in Dallas, Fort Worth, and today I'm going to go over our loan calculations and how hard money works. Now, if you're not familiar with Jet Lending, we're an asset-based lender, also known as a hard money lender. We help investors purchase properties with little to no money out of pocket, as well as funding 100% of the renovation costs. Now, it's important to note before we get too far that I do not lend on personal residence. So if you're looking to buy a house for yourself to live in, unfortunately, I cannot fund that transaction. However, I have some contacts with some phenomenal conventional lenders here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area that can help with that. So feel free to reach out. Now, as far as what we do, a lot of people ask what our loan parameters are, and it's simply 70% of the ARV, or the after repair value, as a total loan minus the repair costs, and the difference is what I fund towards the purchase of the property. Now, because at Jet Lending, I do not have a minimum down payment requirement, that means that if you're buying your properties low enough, I can actually provide 100% financing at closing, and then you're just responsible for the first third of your renovation costs to get the property going, which I then reimburse on draws based off of completed work that adds value. So let's jump into a scenario here and see just how this process works. Let's say that you're buying this property for $100,000. You're going to put $40,000 into it to fix it up, and then the ARV, again, that after repair value, is then $200,000, and that's what you're planning to sell it for. We're also going to estimate that you have $6,000 in property taxes. And then you'll see in this next box down just the breakdown of what that total loan looks like. So the total loan, it's $140,000 in this instance, which is 70% of the ARV. $40,000 in escrow, the difference is $100,000, which is what I'm funding at closing. You'll also see the interest rate is 11.9% with 3% in origination. This next section breaks down your closing costs. So the origination fee is $4,200, which is simply the 3% that you saw above. $375 in doc prep, which is what our legal team charges to prepare all the documents for closing. We try to estimate what your title fees will be. However, we don't know what that actual number is going to be until we get the HUD from title. So we just estimate 1.5%, in this case $2,100. Processing is $780, and that's what keeps the lights on, pays our processors. If there's things like flood certifications for the property that need to be purchased, that's what that goes towards. And finally, in the last section is a breakdown of closing costs and what your payment is, what you need to bring to closing. So your total closing costs, a little over it's about $7,500. The funds that you as the borrower need to bring to closing in this instance is the same. And then underneath that, you see the breakdown of your payment. So your interest-only payment is about $1,400. Your property taxes, which we do collect so that when you go to sell the property, they're already accounted for. And then that total monthly payment is about $1,900. And that final number of $32,000 is what I'd like to see in your accounts to know that you can carry the loan and be successful. So that's usually 6 months of interest payments plus the first third of your renovation costs. Now, I don't take this money from you. I simply just want to see it in an account somewhere. So let's change this loan scenario a little bit. Let's say that you're buying this property for $110,000. That's the only variable that we're going to change. So we're going to go down here and you'll see that this changed to $17,000, what you as a borrower need to bring out of pocket or bring to closing. And the cash that I need to see, or the funds that I need to see in your account, have gone up as well. Now those funds, again, they can be credit and checking account, or sorry, savings and checkings accounts, credit lines that you have open, if you have a HELOC or a 401k that you can pull money from, anything that you can easily access to be able to make your payments and begin the renovations. One more time, let's change this scenario and say that you're going to pay $90,000. you'll see that this turned green and is now negative. That means that you are bringing no money to closing. Now, I'm not going to overfund this deal, but I am going to make sure that you aren't going to have to bring any funds to the closing table. And then in this scenario, you simply have to start the work to the property so that I can begin the draw process and reimburse you. You'll also notice that the amount of money that I need to see in your accounts has gone down as well. So guys, that is how we do things at Jet Lending. Very brief overview of the calculations, but it's pretty simple. When you're out in the field looking at properties, trying to estimate things, because I don't have that loan or that down payment requirement, it makes it easy for you. So just always remember 70% of the ARV total loan, subtract out what you're estimating your renovations to be, and what's left over is what I'm funding. So if I'm funding more than you're buying it for, then I'm going to use my difference to pay down your closing costs until you're paying nothing out of pocket at closing. But if you're paying more for the property than I can fund towards the purchase, you're out of pocket the difference plus your closing costs. And that's how it works. So if you have any deals that you would like me to help analyze for you, feel free to give me a call, send me a message. I'd love to do that. You can get on our website, jetlending.com, enter the information for your deal into the deal questionnaire, hit my name in the drop down, it'll come straight to me. And if you like this video, guys, if you found it to be educational, please hit the like button, share it with your friends and family that might be looking to get into investing. And also, if you want more educational videos, you can click the Linktree link in my bio, which will take you to our YouTube channel. And there's plenty of educational videos that myself and my colleagues have put up there. So keep an eye out for more videos to come soon. And by all means, feel free to reach out if you ever have questions. Thanks.